I was a very good busboy, actually, surprisingly. When I would leave for the night, so this is actually kind of a funny story. So when that was an interesting parachute. Anyways, when I was doing busing, I would work anywhere from 6 to 7 hours a night. I didn't ever work 8. Every once in a while I would, depending on the day. So the waiters and waitresses would tip me around $50 a night every single night that I worked, plus. In one night, I did get paid $100 from a customer because this guy, I didn't know this, so I was just walking around doing my normal busing. It was 3 in the morning, and I just went up and refilled his iced tea, and every single time it got halfway, I'd just refill it. And I kept walking around, cleaning up all the tables and everything, doing my normal job. I was just doing it because I felt like it. And then one time I walked by, this was after about 5 or 6 refills, he stops me and he's like, "Have you been refilling my iced tea this whole freaking time? Because it hasn't ended." And I'm like, "Yeah, have you not noticed?" And he's like, "No, I haven't." And I was like, "Hey, I mean, you shouldn't notice. I mean, it's a good thing that you have your sweet tea," so on and so forth. So, so he's like, "Hey, so guess what? I won the lottery tonight, and by far you've been the best person tonight, other than the people that gave me the money for winning the roulette wheel or whatever he was playing in the casino." So he gave me $150 or $150 tip, like straight up. I have received those before. I've received quite a few of them. Probably the funniest one was old grandma, where I kept refilling her coffee, and that's all she came there for. She didn't eat breakfast or anything, and she smacked me in the nuts. Like she was going to hand me. I didn't realize what was happening because I was just walking by, and she just boom, and like right in the nuts. I was like, "Oh," and she's like, "Here's a tip for you, Sonny." And I'm like, "Okay," and she hands me like 25 cents, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I got hit in the nuts for 25 cents?" Okay, ma'am. Yeah, that was a very interesting tip. But no, I used to walk out with $40 to $50 a night on average. I remember I didn't have a bank account at the time, so when I went to go get a bank account when I went into college, they said you have to deposit at least $50 into your account. And I'm like, "Okay, I can do that. That's not a problem for me." So I told them, like, "Is it okay if I bring in 1s and 5s and stuff?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's okay as long as you meet those requirements." And yeah, it was when I was 18, poisonous. I was like, "Okay, I don't mind doing that." So I would go in there, and I'd have my backpack, because this is when I was in college. And so I'd come in with at least $300 in 1s and 5s. I'm not shitting you, at one point, they thought I was a stripper. Because of how many 1s I had. It was insane. It was insane. I have a feeling I would be. I'd be the nicest one out there. Yeah, Alice would be dating a stripper. Let Alice tell it. Do you?
God, I just got 10k Q in this PC.
I would.
Dude, you're such
I would prefer keeping it between us, because that's quite freaking embarrassing for me and you. Mostly me.
I want to hear what genre.
I'll give you guys the details, but I'm not going to say the story.
Okay.
We were in a park, and there were a bunch of bunnies. That's as far as I'm going.
Okay.
That's as far as I'm going. Because it was really weird.
Did the bunnies, like...
I'm not telling you what happened. I'm leaving it at that. You guys are more than welcome to use your imagination.
We're only speculating.
Trust me, you wouldn't be able to speculate that.
What up, motherfucker, Kiwi? Bitch. What the fuck are you? Put a fucking eye. I'd fuck your asshole.
And no bestiality. No bestiality, but trust me, it was really awkward. There was a bunny orgy. I will tell you this much, Gaming Days. There was.
They were all around.
Bunnies in
There was about 50 to 100 of them before we noticed.
Don't be over dramatic.
No, there was at least that many.
No.
Oh god.
At least that many.
I'd say the max
Yes,
is
I hit this.
25 max? No, I'm gonna say 50.
No.
Cause they were all humping. They were.
No.
It might have looked like 25, but trust me, there was 50, and there was one behind each one, and some there was 3.
I don't remember that.
Trust me, it was.